Hello, everybody. Thanks for watching. This is Felice Chirico from Agrumare Regina. We are providing this new series of short episodes in collaboration with Mintel, and the new format is called the Future of a Talk with Alex Beckett. First of all, I would like to thank Alex for the time he's spending with us. Nowadays, we are in the third episode, and so thanks, Alex, for being with us and bringing some news in the beverage industry. Thanks, Alex.
You're welcome. Nice to be here.
For who is watching us for the first time, this is a very easy format where we want to do a very easy thing. We want to ask to Alex what is the future of the main beverage categories. Alex is working in Mintel with the probably most important global provider of data analysis forecast in consumer product. And in all consumer product, Alex is looking especially in the food and beverage categories. So Alex is really the best travel companion to do this kind of project. So it's a real big pleasure to work with you and bringing fresh ideas to the beverage partners of Agromada Regina. In the first episode, we have talked about water. So the idea of flavored sparkling water, what companies can do. It's in some countries like the US or the UK is a very somehow old product, but in some region it still needs to be developed, like Italy or some other European countries. In the second episode, we have talked about carbonated soft drinks, so very old, very traditional taste, and Alex gave very important tips of what to do in these categories in order to continue growing because there is still space. And but I don't want to spoil anything. Just jump in the second episode, and you can listen to Alex's suggestions. In this third episode, we talk about ready-to-drink tea or iced tea. So all kind of tea that are immediately drinkable for consumer. It's a very old category. Probably tea is very old, and also iced tea. And so we will ask Alex the same question. But first of all, let's try understanding what is this category. So Alex, what is ready-to-drink tea?
I think you can simply define it as ready-to-drink teas include all prepared liquid tea-based water-based drinks and iced teas. Really, they're pretty simple in their
Very
formulation.
simple. Okay, so a very traditional ingredient, so tea, but in a very easy way of drinking, so drinkable. Okay, so Alex, the second question is what is the current status of these categories? Where we are, what consumer expect today from a ready-to-drink tea on the shelf?
I think with RTD teas, if you can just call them that, ready-to-drink teas, um, they have a very natural health halo and image for many consumers compared to some other more processed soft drinks. However, these RTDTs, they face really tough competition from big brands in more established categories like carbonated soft drinks and juice drinks, sports and energy drinks. Um, so while the image of tea as a natural drink might be expected to attract consumers, um, RTDTs have to really urgently address consumer concerns around the sugar content because still a lot of these RTDTs contain a lot of sugar, and we know that's something that consumers are put off by. However, you know, it's a drink that other categories are really determined to blur with, to incorporate tea and RTDT as an ingredient in itself in other drink styles, owing to its subtle flavour and its health image, regardless of the sugar content. So tea is featuring in other sectors to lend a wholesome yet functional appeal because of the caffeine. For
Yeah,
example, Monster Energy, the energy drink giant
yeah.
Monster Energy launched its Rehab Energy iced tea drinks in green tea and lemon variants last year.
Clear. One question regarding now today consumption. What do you think in the tea industry, iced tea industry, the main flavor for this category are very narrow. So while we are talking about lemon, peach, we are seeing in the industry some new flavors with rose and other herbs, but probably they will not be so strong. So why do you think the iced tea varieties were so limited during this lifetime of this category?
I think it's one of the issues has been you need to find a flavor that complements that tea flavor, and it's a flavor that has to be a plant-based, botanical, safe enough, wholesome enough to partner that overall tea image, to complement that, to respect that. But otherwise, um, I don't know. I think it's just that's what's always sold. It's not been a particularly dynamic category with big, exciting brands coming into it, trying to offer something new.
Yeah, so tradition at one point we can say consumer like the current tastes of this material. So I mean, not so innovation at least nowadays. And this brings us to the real focus of the interview, Alex. So what do you think is the future of iced tea drinks? In other words, what are the suggestions that you addressed to the beverage producer listening to us today? What should they do in order to bring more excitement, more innovation for the consumer in this specific category?
Right. I think that first of all, we will see more sparkling RTDTs, um, because brands need to position themselves as a more exciting and viable alternative to carbonated soft drinks and in future to flavored sparkling waters. So consumers will want to have that refreshing excitement appeal from the carbonation, especially younger consumers. I also think less sweet flavors, less heavily sweet flavors will become more prolific, and the flavor quality of the tea base itself, whether it's white tea, green tea, or black tea, that flavor of that tea will be a bigger focus of attention. Like brands will call on the labeling and the marketing will call attention to that wholesome, um, unsweet flavor. Um, but what makes RTD different to the rest of the competitive soft drinks market, I think it's got to be the tea itself. Looking ahead, I think innovating around the tea content can take the sector to new heights, especially in terms of the caffeine content. So we know at the moment energy drinks are in demand. Sales are flying. They really are. People are tired. Productivity is so important. Energy drinks are doing well. They did really well. They sold well in the last recession in 2008 and 9, and they're doing well again now. But people are concerned about the high caffeine and sugar content of these energy drinks, but also the image that they convey. So RTDT is really well positioned to it has potential to play in this area of energy, a controlled, natural, subtly flavored, yet wholesome energy. Wholesome energy drinks for older adults, for more mature adults like me. I'm a dad, I've got a 5-year-old and a 3-year-old, and I'm exhausted. And I'd love an energy drink, but I want something that's got to taste good, that is subtle, but is kind of natural as well. Um, and I think, it is the tea itself is a differentiator. People want to know where the tea is from, how good the quality is, and if you put more of the tea in there, build up the caffeine content to take on energy drinks. And what's really interesting is we here in the West, we can look to the more advanced and innovative RTD tea market in Asia for inspiration, where these teas are an alternative to energy drinks because of the caffeine content is a bit higher.
Great. Let's say when you were talking, I was thinking, look how much potential there is in this category. Oh, I love the way you are, let's say, summarizing the main trends because I really do believe, and this is, I'm so happy of listening to you because I do think our viewers can really have some concrete model to follow for each category. So my notes for this category, Alex, are sparkling. So jumping into sparkling iced tea, which actually is not so present in the industry on the shelf. Second, unsweet. It's true that iced tea drinks are so very sweet as of today. So looking at some low calories alternative, there might create more space. And I do love this idea of energy drink alternatives. So the idea of caffeine and thein, which are the same thing, and there might be this kind of substitution because sometimes energy drinks, you're right, are very nice. They can bring some joy in this exact moment, but how much you can drink, especially when you grow up.
Yeah,
When you grow
absolutely.
up, because maybe when you are teenager, maybe you are the university and so on, you can love that, but maybe after some period of your life you want something more calm, something you can drink more easily, right?
Especially in
So
the afternoons, not just in the morning, in the afternoons. You
yeah,
don't want to destroy your sleep. You want a controlled caffeine content, not as high as energy drinks, not as weak as a Coca-Cola, something in the middle.
something, no, it's a very very interesting. And yes, so thanks for your suggestions and hope our viewers are enjoying this content. And I really do suggest you to take these advices of Alex and bring on the table of your company and exploiting opportunities also in this category. So Alex, thanks. Let me thank also Mintel for all the support he gave to us and to the industry. And let me wish you the best and see you in the next episode.